Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Purposeful Powerhouse podcast. And before we get into the three vital secret ingredients that your morning routine might be missing and how you can include them as quickly as tomorrow, have you signed up for the Sanity Saver series yet? It's all about putting an end to boring morning routines. No more morning routines that just feel like, oh, so rigid and empty and just unfulfilling, or that you're not doing because they're too hard or you got out of the habit and now you just scroll to start the day. It's all about putting an end to that and making sure that you go strutting into your day like it's the red carpet, feeling so damn amazing. You'll wonder if you're living in your vision board because, yes, you're going to feel strong. You're going to get more flexible. Like you're going to feel more grounded. You're going to breathe deeper. You're going to ease your stress. But all of that is to help you feel good. That's really what this is all about. It's a movement. It's a movement of women who care so much about how they feel that they show up for themselves first because they want to feel that way every day, not just once in a while, but every day. So join us. The link is totally free. It is in full swing right now, and we would love to have you come and play with us. Everything that you'll get for free inside the series is available till September 26th. So come and play, come and play. So what are these three so secret ingredients that you might be missing? Let's jump into those. But before we jump into those, I'm going to take you on a little mini guided meditation because I think it's best that you experience them for yourself. And that way you have a visceral knowing, and the wisdom comes from your true self. So let's ponder for a moment something that you are focusing on right now as a goal that you have for your life or in your work. Okay. So maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you are leading a global movement of change. That's what I'm doing. Maybe you are embarking on a new collaboration. Maybe you're leading a summit. I don't know. Let's pick up one beautiful thing that you are living into right now as far as your vision and your goals. And just think about that for a moment. What is that? Well, how will you know when it has come to fruition, right? It's the book, you're holding it in your hand, or you're on the stage, or whatever it is. Okay. So we're going to do a little guided visualization to take you to that moment in time on your timeline. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you're driving, keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. If you are just doing something else that is not operating heavy machinery, what I invite you to do is come into a comfortable seated position or lay down and bring all of your fingertips together. So if you're not watching this on a video, just use your listening and just bring your fingertips together, not your whole hand, just the tips of your fingertips. And then bend your fingers a little bit so that they are rounded, so it kind of looks like a dome. Okay, so this is called Hakini Mudra. And this means mudra of the mind. And if you look at your hands, you'd see there's two sides here, right? Right side, left side. And when your fingers are bent, they're in a rounded dome shape. It actually represents your brain. And interestingly enough, the space between your hands is the approximate size and shape of your own beautiful brain. How cool is that? Talk about ancient technology for modern living. Yoga. So fingertips are together, and then just, again, only if it's safe to do so. And you can do this without the mudra, but the mudra stimulates the communication between the two sides of your brain, helps you to tap into intuition and inspiration and intention. So it just takes this to another level. But let's go ahead and close your eyes and soften your shoulders. Breathe through your nose. Ready? Breathe in and let it out. Again. One more big deep breath. And now fill up your belly, your chest, up into your throat. Sit a little bit taller without creating any rigidity in your body. Lift the crown of your head. Lift your heart. And then continue to breathe. And as your breath fills up your body from the very bottom of your belly all the way up, Imagine that you're beginning to drink the breath up your body like you would drink the breath through you, like you would drink water through a straw. Pull it up from the root of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And let's do that again. Big inhale, breathe into the belly, upper belly, heart, chest, throat, up towards your head. And exhale slowly. And now bringing your attention to the space above your eyebrows in the middle of your forehead, as though you were looking at a blank screen, a movie screen. And if you're not a visual person, that's okay. Just listen to my words and use your imagination to whatever capacity. And I want you to imagine that on this screen of your mind, you now see that moment that we just spoke of. You see yourself holding the physical copy of your book, or walking onto the stage, or a full Zoom room of incredibly aligned clients, whatever it is for you. Feel into that moment now. Feeling that sense of deep presence in the version of you that lives at this point in your timeline. And maybe you can feel it already, or maybe you're guessing, or maybe you're getting this intuition and insight. But see if you can feel for what the energy of this moment is like. What is the vibe of this moment? Is there a playfulness, a creativity, a freedom, a spaciousness? What is it? What is the vibe of your vision? As you breathe, see if you can feel into a little bit more. And feel into what is the feeling that you are experiencing in this moment. We're using your imagination. So see what else you can see. Maybe you can smell the coffee that you have there. Maybe you can smell the scent of the paper. Just really get into the moment of it and get into the feeling of this future moment. And take another big deep breath and ask your higher self, ask this wisdom of this version of you that's existing in this future moment, giving you this future memory. What else? What else is the vibe of your vision? This vision that you're seeing in your mind's eye, your heart space. And take a big deep breath. And now exhale. Thanking yourself and this future version of yourself and your higher self and God, source, universe, whoever, for this deep connection, for these insights. So I invite you to make note of the vibe of your vision. This is the feeling of your future. And you well know that you are an energetic being having a human experience and that you are mostly energy. So your emotional state, your energetic state is your vibrational set point, what you attract from. But we know that in its survival attempts and its adaptive mechanisms, our brain wants to keep us in this tight, contracted, constricted, lower frequency state of maybe shame or doubt or worry or anxiety or confusion or comparison. And those are likely not vibes that you got from that visionary state that you were just in. And so what we want to remember is that this feeling of your future, this future memory that you just got here right now, that's the golden thread that will pull you forward. And it's the thread that you're going to use to weave into your life through these practices, through your Rise and Vibe sessions that you'll get to experience inside the Sanity Saver series and inside the Rise and Vibe movement. that you will weave into your life through these experiential moments, through these moments of decision, of using your practices, your morning routine, in this really empowering way. In this way, it becomes a transformational experience. It becomes an embodiment practice because you are choosing that feeling of the future and you're using your morning routine to activate it. And so, how do you do that? Well, one of the most powerful tools that we use inside the Rise and Vibe movement that you're learning now and that you get to experience in the sessions that you get in the Sanity Saver series is a power statement. So we choose the power statements based on the feelings of your future, the vibe of your vision. So that knowing, that experience that you just had of, I am a global thought leader. I am an international best-selling author. I am a woman on a mission that's doing big things. We choose these power statements using those two very powerful words, I am, which are a command to your subconscious mind, and it's a declaration of who you are. So we want to use them wisely because most people, myself included, go around saying all sorts of stuff like, I'm anxious, I'm overwhelmed, I'm struggling. And those are not empowering statements. They are not intentional uses of your word. And although they may be an experience you're having, they are certainly not who you are at your deepest core. So we use those words very intentionally, I am, and then you get to choose what follows them. So you might be thinking, well, it sounds a little bit like an affirmation, Megan. Sure. Yeah, it's similar. It's similar because it's an I am statement. It's empowering, it's positive, it's uplifting. But what makes it a power statement is that you anchor it into your body because the mind-body connection lives in your body, right? Your mind-body connection is your nervous system, and it's the felt sense that you are having in each and every moment. So you take the feeling of your future, you use your power statement, that clear, intentional directive that you're stating in your mind, and then you activate it in your body. That elevated emotional state, you activate it in your body through the movements, through the poses, through the dance, through the breath. It's a full somatic experience when you do these Rise and Vibe sessions. So you have the clear intention, which is declared in the power statement. You're feeling it in your body. You're activating it. You're activating it more. You're allowing it to be expressed. You're allowing it to be expanded within your body as a felt sense of now, because we want to give your body that sense of familiarity. It has to know these feelings intimately. It has to be a fully felt experience so that it's not just up on the level of your mind, it's fully expressed on all levels and layers of your being. And what that does is it gives you familiarity to it. It becomes your vibrational set point and it becomes who you are and how you show up, right? So you're repatterning this for yourself through your body, through your mind, but you're really anchoring this in as who you are. It's not a feeling that you'll experience only and if you get to that point of accomplishing your vision and living into that reality. It's a feeling that you're cultivating now, and you create safety around that through the movement, through the practices. And then it allows your brain and your nervous system to recognize this as a very safe thing because you're doing it in a very safe and encouraging and an intentional way through the session, that it is giving you that knowing, that anchor. So that's the second one. And then the third one is when you're in that elevated emotional state, you're anchored in that. It's fully expressed. It's like pulsing through your body because you're doing these movements and these poses and the stretches and all the things that we do in our sessions. Every session, we end it by making the intentional decision as to who and how you're going into the day. That's what seals the end of your morning routine. Because yes, it's incredible you're doing that, right? Bone density, muscle strength, toning, stress reduction, hormonal balance, nicer person to be around, stress reduction, all of that stuff. It's there, 1,000%. loads of research behind the benefits of yoga and exercise. So there's that. But when you're amplifying your morning routine, which is literally the secret to enjoying your life, and these are the tools as to why, we finish the practice by very intentionally deciding how you are going to go into the day, how you want to show up. You've showed up for yourself first through the morning routine, through the Rise and Vibe session, and then you get to decide, how are you going into the day? Are you going to carry forth that energy, the vibe of your vision, that intentional full expression of these power statements, these deep core beliefs that you're rooting into yourself through the practice, through the repetition, right? Because what we practice, we become. And it's called a yoga practice. And it's not just to practice standing on one foot on your yoga mat, but it's truly a practice for life. So you get to decide, how are you going to go into the day? Are you going to live that day by design, by intention? Or are you going to grab your phone and start scrolling until you get triggered and then try to meditate, but just pace back and forth mentally, and then all day long just running on oat milk lattes and 2 almonds that you found at the back of the cupboard because you haven't gone to the grocery store? You decide. It's a totally different vibe. When you learn how to rise and vibe, when you learn how to amplify your morning routine using these tools, it's literally that simple, right? These are these powerful secrets that I'm so excited to share with you in this episode, but I really want you to experience in the Sanity Saver series, because what they are the precursors to amplifying your morning routine. And you're going to learn the 3 pillars of doing that, because, we all know what it's like to kind of get into a routine and then get bored and then like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into 3 weeks from now and we're still not doing it. And then you're annoyed with yourself because you said you were going to do it and you feel discouraged and you're kind of frustrated with yourself. And we all know it can happen. So why not do it in a way that's fun and keep it fresh by having these pillars? And you're going to learn the pillars in the series, and then building on that, integrating these tools, these secrets that you're learning here, and really pour into yourself first so that you're giving from a place of overflow. You're able to do things really effectively and efficiently and in a really fun and lighthearted way. And you're actually enjoying your life. You're enjoying your work, right? Because you're coming from that place of deep connection. You're tapped in. You have the anchor. You have those emotions as your predominant emotion. And when you get knocked off balance, right, which will happen. Some days you might wake up anxious. Some days you might wake up sad. Some days you might get triggered. Some days you might send out an email sequence and all the links are broken and you're like, oh shit, I should have double checked that. And we wobble. But you have these tools. And that's why it's called a yoga practice, because you're not practicing for all the beautiful things you're doing on the mat. That's just the starting point. It's the integration, it's the transformation of who you become in the process that is the real benefit of this work. So that you're being able to do things in a way that allows you to get them done, and then, wrap up your day at a reasonable hour and actually enjoy your life and not have your mind just constantly spinning in a million different directions, or deciding you want to do this and then, getting overwhelmed because you go to YouTube and you're trying to figure out how to put it all together and not have it take 3.5 days to do one thing, because you need to do like cardio and core and strength and flexibility and balance, and it's a lot. And you learn how to do all of that in 15 minutes, because that's what you'll get to experience in these sessions, so that you're not wasting time and energy on it anymore. You're doing the most important thing for yourself. And then you're able to show up that way because you made that decision at the end of the session of who you are. Who you are. And the you that you are in that moment is aligned to your vision. So it's helping you to evolve at the deepest level of your beliefs and your identity, because you're giving yourself that felt sense. You're giving yourself the experience of it. You're giving yourself evidence that you are that. So you're creating these really empowering, aligned beliefs for yourself, because you have that lived experience in the session, in the morning routine. And it's not just this surface, like, writing out a few affirmations. You're actually using the power of your subconscious mind. You're using the power of your soma, your body, to fully activate all of this within yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing in the Sanity Saver series. That's actually what we are doing. When you are listening to this, we've actually been rocking it for a couple of days, but you're not behind. There's lots of time for you to catch up. Would love to have you join us. It is literally putting an end to boring routines, giving you a totally fresh, super fun, playful way to approach your wellness so that you do feel freaking amazing and you do feel like you're lit up on life and you're ready to go and do all the big, incredible things because you want to, not because it feels like, oh my God, I gotta go do that. No. You know how it feels to do a workout, to do a yoga practice, and then be like, dun, 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 here I go. And you just feel freaking amazing. That's how you're going to start your day with these Rise and Vibe sessions. That's what it's about. It's how you feel. Yes, it benefits your business and your work. It benefits your relationships, your sex life, makes you feel strong and confident, loves what you see in the mirror, because it all comes back to you, your energy, how you feel. So I'm going to step down off the soapbox and invite you. Join us. The link is in the show notes. Come and join us. Totally free. You're going to love it. And until next time, take amazing care of yourself because you deserve it. And you are a purposeful, powerhouse, badass, incredible human that is here to do big things. And in order for you to do them, it takes your mind, your body, and your spirit. And that is what Rise and Vibe sessions take care of all in one session. So, love you lots. Bye.